Happy Sunday morning. My name is Carl. If you haven't taken my class before, it's just a general yoga class, so don't freak out. It's going to be alright. We're going to start by connecting the mind and the body to the thumb and the forefinger. Our palms are going to face upward. And then go and just close your eyes. And first we're going to bring our focus to our breath. The breath is happening in and out through your nose. So we're just taking long, deep breaths without judgment, just breathing. Long. And then just soften your jawline and breathe. Relaxing your forehead, relaxing our thoughts. Long deep breaths. Now we're going to bring our mind to our spinal column, carefully stacking our vertebrae one on top of the next so we have a long lifted spine. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Long deep breaths. And we're just going to move our fingers and toes and find our body's internal focus. Soft eyes are going to open. We're going to lace our fingers together, stretch your arms forward, and just let your head weight hang forward and start to open up the back of your neck. Long, deep breaths. Arms are reaching forward, breathing. You're going to look up to the ceiling. Arms are going to reach up overhead, lengthen with out of your waistline, stretch up. And then just open your arms out to the sides. And we're going to come down onto our back. On your back, your heels are directly underneath your knees. Hands along your sides. Just go ahead and tilt your chin down. Long, deep breaths. Our right knee is going to float up. Hands behind your right thigh. And just go ahead and hug your right knee back towards you. Long, deep breaths. And now we're going to soften and stretch. Hand goes lightly on your kneecap. We're going to make a little circle around inside of our hip socket. Just breathing. And then just pause in reverse direction. Long, deep breaths. And then we'll just pause and place the right foot down. And that left knee comes up, hands behind your thigh. Go ahead and stretch back. Long, deep breaths. And now we'll just soften our stretch. Hand goes lightly on your kneecap. And that little circle around inside your hip socket. Long, deep breaths. And then just pause and reverse direction around. Sending lubrication to the hip. Breathing. And then we'll pause. Place your left foot down, heels are underneath of our knees, hands along our sides again. Moving bridge is next. As you inhale, you're going to lift your hips straight up off of the mat, stretch up into the bridge. Then as you exhale, you're going to articulate your spinal column down. So start with the vertebra of your upper back coming down, and in the middle of your spine, and then your low back. And relax all the way down. And again, inhale as we lift up, stretch up, lengthen. And then ease and just articulate down vertebra by vertebra. Just sending some lubrication now to your spinal column. Twice more. Inhale as you lift up, stretch up, lengthen. And easy exhale, articulate down. One more time with your breath. Inhale, lifting up, stretching up, lengthening. And then easy, just peel your spine all the way back down. And then just relax on the mat and take a breath. Our right leg now is going to go straight up. Hands behind your right thigh, stretch your right leg back. Slide your left leg all the way forward. Long deep breaths. Our right foot is going to point and flex. Breathing. And now we're going to flex and hold and just rock your heel side to side. Breathe. With your foot, we're going to draw the circle around. Breathing. And then just reverse direction around. Long deep breaths. And then just shake out your foot. We're going to bend the right knee, the left hand across your thigh. We're going to go across your body center line and just open up the back of your right hip. Long deep breaths. And now we're going to slowly roll the spine back to center. Right foot steps down, and our left leg is going to go straight up. Hands behind your thigh, go ahead and stretch back. Slide your right leg all the way forward and stretch out. Long deep breaths. The left foot's going to point and flex. Breathe. Then we're going to flex and hold and just rock your heel side to side, finding our breath. With your foot, we're going to draw a circle around, breathing. And then reverse direction around. Long, deep. And then just shake out your foot. We're going to bend that left knee. Right hand across your thigh, go across your body center line. Opening up the back of your head. And just breathe. Long, deep breaths. And now we're just going to slowly roll our spine back to center. Both knees are going to come up, hands behind both thighs. We're going to make a little circle with our low back on the mat. Just breathing, waking up your kidneys and your adrenal glands. Breathing. And we're just going to pause and reverse direction around. Long, deep breaths. Hug our knees into the chest and lift up your head. Inhale. As we exhale, we're just going to rock ourselves up and wrap our arms around our legs. Arms around your legs. Let your right ear go over to your right shoulder. Just open up the left side of your neck and breathe. And then bring your head to the center. Left ear will go over to the left shoulder. And just breathe long, deep breaths. You're going to bring your head to the center. You're going to make half circles. You're going to take your right ear to your shoulder, and then your chin comes down to your collarbone, left ear to the left shoulder, and pause. And then just reverse direction around. Just going side to side. Just limbering your neck. Breathing. We're going to do that 2 more times, just side to side. Just breathing. And when you finish your last one, just bring your head back to the center. And we're going to move on to all fours, hands and knees. On all fours, your hands are open like starfish. Knees direct underneath your hips. We're going to start by arching our low back and our eyes. You're going to look forward, just release your low back. Breathe. Inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to lift up the rib cage, round under, and look back at our own thighs. And again, arching as you inhale. Breathing. And exhale as you lift up and round under. Twice more, arching as you inhale. And exhale, lift up and round under. One more breath. Arch as you inhale. And now we're going to lift up and round under. Slide your seat back towards your heels. Walk your hands out. Stretch your fingers apart and relax your head weight. Extended child's pose. Long deep breaths. And now we're going to ease our way up to all fours and organize. Hands, knees, shoulders, hips. Our right leg, no higher than your hip, is going to reach straight back. And then thumb pointing up to the ceiling, the left hand is going to reach forward. As you inhale, you're going to bring your fingers and toes down. And as you exhale, we're going to lift up to a straight line. Inhaling on your way down. Exhale as you lift up. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale, lift up. One more breath. Inhale. And now we're just going to lift up and lengthen in both directions. Long, deep breaths. Lengthening and reaching. Hand comes down, tap your toes down, spin to the right. And your right hand is going to reach up to the ceiling. Palm on the mat is pressing into the mat. Fingers are reaching up to the ceiling. Where's your breath? Breathe. Lengthen. And then just release your arm along your side and come back to center. Reorganize your all fours, hands, knees, shoulders, hips. Arch the low back, eyes look forward, take a breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to lift up the rib cage, round under, and just look back at the thighs. And again, arching as you inhale. And exhale as you lift up and round under. Twice more. Arching as you inhale. And exhale, lift up and round under. One more time. Arching as you inhale. Exhale as you lift up and round under. Hold your rounded spine. Think about lifting the center of your upper back up towards the ceiling. So lifting up, 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 stretch, breathe. Let your hips drift back to your heels. Walk your hands out. Stretch your fingers apart and relax your head with extended child's pose. Long deep breaths. Breathe. Let's ease our way back up to all fours. This time the left leg goes straight back, thumb pointing up to the ceiling on the right leg. Inhale as you bring the fingers and toes down, and exhale as you lift up. Inhale, exhale as you lift up. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale as you lift up. One more time. Inhale. And now we're going to lift up, hold, and just lengthen in both directions through your fingers and your toes. Breathe. Hand comes down, tap your toes down, spin left this time, and your left hand reaches up to the ceiling. Long deep breaths. Breathe. And then just relax your hand back along your side, come back to center. Excuse me. This time you're going to curl your toes under. We're going to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift up your hips, your palms press you back, your tailbone is your high point. We're in downward facing dog. And then just start to alternate your heels down right and left. Long deep breaths. Just alternating them down and breathing. We're going to press both heels down, lift your heels, bend your knees and come down. Release your toes and go back into extended child's pose. And just breathe, long deep breaths. Breathe. Long deep breaths. Ease our way back up to all fours. Curl our toes under, inhale. Exhale, lift up, press, stretch back. Breathe. Eyes will forward to your hands. Walk, step, or tilt your feet up to your hands. Your hips are going to drop down. Our hands are going to reach forward like we're lifting a ball of energy or life from the earth. We're going to lengthen up and stretch up. And then just release your hands down. Let's do that again. Come down, just scoop up your energy. Rise up in your legs and stretch up, lengthen. And release. One more time. Just coming down. Grab that energy and rise up and lengthen. Release your hands. Hands are going to come to the center of our heart. We're going to start our vinyasa. First breath, we'll reach down to the earth as we inhale. Hands stretch up. And then your fingertips touch and your hands float down to your heart. Down and up, we're going to inhale and stretch. Hands float down. Inhale. Lift up, stretch. Hands float down. One more time. Coming down. Lifting up. Hands float down. Next breath. We're going to open the hands like we're going to read a book. Fingers in towards you. We're going to dive over into a forward bend. And then just hang out here and stretch out. Long deep breaths. Breathe. We're going to shake the head, yes. Breathe. And then just shake your head, no. Get any tension out of your neck. Breathe. There's more in your neck. And then just allow your head weight to hang. Breathe. Drop your seat down. Grab the energy from earth. Rise up in our legs and stretch up and lengthen. Release your hands. Let's return to our heart. Down and up. We're going to inhale and stretch it. Exhale as your hands float down. Book opens as we inhale. We're going to dive down as we exhale. Drop your seat down this time. Our hands are going to reach out to the sides of the chair. Breathe. Dropping our tailbone down, minding your breath. Breathe. And then just pressing your heels and rise all the way up and lengthen. Release your hands. Let's return to our heart. Down and up. Inhale and stretch. Exhale as your hands float down. Book opens as we inhale. We're going to dive down as we exhale. Drop your seat down, arms reach out to the side of your chair. Next, we're going to reach our arms forward as we inhale. Just reach forward. And then as you exhale, just reach back out to the side. So reach forward as you inhale, breathe, and then reach out to the side. Let's do that one more time. Inhale forward, just limbering through your shoulders. Exhale, reach back out to the side. Press into your heels and rise all the way up to the length. Release your hands, return to your heart. Down and up, we're going to inhale and stretch. Exhale as your hands float down. Book opens as you inhale. We're going to dive down as we exhale. Drop your seat, hands go out to the side to your chair. Inhale as you reach forward. And exhale as you reach out to the side. Pressing your heels and lengthen up. Make two fists this time. Bring them to the small of your low back. And just start to give your low back a little rub. Breathe. Back bending is next. In your back bend, you bend your knees. Hips go forward. Open up the space between your rib cage and your hips and lift up your heart. And then go ahead and stretch back. Long, deep breaths. Think about reaching your heart up as you stretch back. Long, deep breaths. Breathe. And now hands behind our thighs. We're just going to glide forward. Come down and grab our energy. Rise up in our legs. Lengthen. Make your fists. Soften. Right back to the back. Inhale. Exhale as you fold forward. Hips down, come down and grab the energy and rise. So that one more time. Fists. Soften. Back bend when you inhale. Forward bend. Drop the seat, come down, grab the energy, rise up. Let's return to our heart from the beginning. Down and up as we inhale, we're going to stretch it. Exhale as your hands float down. Book opens as you inhale. Dive down as you exhale. Drop your seat out to the side to your chair. Reach forward when you inhale. Back out to the side. We're going to reach back forward. Go right back to your back bend. Stretch back. Inhale. We're going to add a swan dive. Arms go side around behind you. Come down and scoop up that energy and rise back up your legs and lengthen. Release your hands as you return to our heart. One more time through. Down and up. We're going to inhale and stretch it. Exhale as your hands float down. Book opens as you inhale. Dive as you exhale. Out to the side to chair. And then reach forward. Breathe. Back out to the side. Right back to your back bend. We're going to inhale. Exhale, we're going to swan dive. Well, this time the right foot is going to step back to a lunge. Breathe. We're going to drop the right heel down. And then we're going to rise up on our lunge. Breathe. Arms are going to reach straight up to the ceiling. Look up and lengthen. Lift out of your waistline. Breathe. Release your hands down. Turn that back heel around. Bend your knee and step up. Left foot's going to go back. Drop your heel down. Rise up on that lunge. And then our hands are just going to reach and release. Lengthen. Long deep breaths. Breathe. And then just release the hands down. We'll lift that heel. Right leg's going to go back to downward facing dog. Stretch. Breathe. Find your breath. Remember, child's pose can be your friends. If you need to come down, honor where you are. Eyes look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet up. Grab your energy and lengthen up. Just release our arms all the way out to the sides. Our left foot's going to come forward on our mat. Our right foot's going to go back so that your heel is lifted. We're going to inhale as we lift up onto our toes. And as you exhale, just press that right heel down. Inhale as you lift up. And exhale as you press down. Twice more. Inhale up. And thrust down. One more time. Lift up. And then just press your heel all the way down. Our right foot's going to take one step back. And then put your heel behind the toes. Rotate your hips forward. Breathe. Bend into your left knee, so the left knee is right over your heel. And then just lift your chest away from your thigh. Long, deep breaths. Hands are going to rise up by our ears. Reach up and pull your shoulder blades down and back. And we're in warrior number 1. Long, deep breaths. Our right arm's going to reach back. The left arm reaches forward. And now we're going to lengthen in both directions. We're in warrior number 2. Breathe. Our palms are going to turn up. And now with your thumbs, just reach behind you and really stretch back. Open up your chest. Easy, hands come back to center, palms turn down. Right hand on your hip. Bend the left knee. Left arm stretches back. Lift out of your waistline. Long, deep breaths. We're going to inhale. As you exhale, we're going to return to warrior number 2. Bending your left elbow, your right arm is going to reach overhead as you inhale, stretch, inhale. And exhale, return to warrior number 2. Stretch back when you inhale. And return to warrior number 2. Bend your elbow, reach overhead, inhale. And return to 2. One more time through. Stretch back when you inhale. And return to 2. Bend the elbow, reach overhead, inhale. Let's come back to warrior number 2. And we're going to hold and just lengthen in both directions. Long, deep breaths. Breathe. Just lengthening out and breathing. Finding our breath. Breathe. Lengthening out. Releasing our hips front and back. Just breathe. Our hips are going to pull back. Push slightly forward. Left knee is now slightly bent. Right over your rib cage. Reach out. Hand comes down where it does. And then you go into triangle pose. Long, deep breaths. Breathe. Our right arm's going to come around as we inhale. And exhale, reach up to the ceiling. Inhale, come around. And reach up. Twice more. Inhale. And reach up. One more time around. And then just lengthen and go directions. Breathe. Start to bend the front knee. Let's return to warrior number 2. Lengthen out. Breathe. Touch your back hip. Reverse warrior. Stretch back. And then release your arm. Turn your toes to the right. We're going to go down to a little squat. Elbows on your thighs. Start to let your hips open. Breathe. Keep dropping your tailbone down. Just minding your breath. We're going to release our hands down. 2 loose fists are going to grab energy from earth as we rise up. And then fingers are going to face each other. We're going to stretch up. Gather energy on top. Pull it into you. You open up the tiger's mouth. Squat down and push the energy back in the tiger's mouth. Gather up as you rise up. And then stretch long. And then gather into you. Push down. Twice more. Gather up, rise up, and stretch, and gather into you. Push down. One more time. Gather up, rise up, and then lengthen, and gather into you. This time we're going to push down and touch the mat, and then walk your feet up so you find a stretch. And then just relax your head weight. Long deep breaths. Breathe. We're going to shake the head, yes. Breathing. And then just shake your head no. Release any tension from your neck. Breathe. And then just allow your head weight to dangle. Long deep breaths. Just changing the direction of our blood flow. Breathe. We're going to toe heel and start to walk our feet in. And we get close enough, hands on your upper thighs, just pressing your thighs and rise up. And we're going to come back up to the front. Back up with the front. This time your right foot is forward and your left foot is back. We're going to inhale as we lift up onto the toes. And exhale, just press down. Inhale, lift up onto your toes. And exhale, press down. Twice more. Inhale up. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, lift up. And then just press your heel all the way down. The left foot takes one step back. Heel goes behind your toes. Start to rotate your hips forward. Breathe. Bending into your right knees right over your heel. Chest away from your thigh. Breathe. Hands are going to reach up by your ears and rise up. Pull your shoulder blades down and back. Energy through your fingertips. Warrior number 1. Find your breath. This time the right arm's going to reach forward, left arm back. Lengthen in both directions and we're in warrior number 2. Long deep breaths. Our palms are going to turn up. And now with your thumbs, just reach behind you. Really open up your chest. Stretch open. Breathe. Hands drift back in, palms down, touch your back hip. Let's go ahead and stretch back. Reverse warrior, bend a little into that right knee. Lift out of your waist. Breathe. We're going to inhale. As you exhale, we're going to return to warrior number 2. Bend your right elbow, left arm reaches overhead. Inhale. And exhale, return to 2. Stretch back. Inhale. And return to 2. Bend the elbow, reach overhead. Inhale. And return to 2. We do that one more time. Stretch back with inhale. Return to 2. One more time to the ocean, reach. Come back to warrior number 2 and hold. And then just lengthen in both directions. We're just lengthening out. Breathe. Make sure you're in the video too. Not just me. We're going to release our hips front and back. Breathing. And then you're going to pull your hips back. Push them lightly forward. Now the right knee is slightly bent. Glide over your ribcage and reach. Hand comes down where it does, and that left arm reaches up. And just breathe. Left arm's going to come around. Inhale. And reach up. And again, come around. And reach up. Twice more. Inhale. And reach up. One more time around. And just lengthen in both directions. Really stretch. Breathe. Start to bend the front knee. Return to warrior number 2. Breathe. Touch your back and go into reverse warrior. Inhale. And then exhale, release. Turn your toes this time to the left. And we're going to come down to our little squat. 2 loose fists. Just gather the energy up this time. Breathe. Stretch up. And gather into you. Open them up and push there. Gather up and rise up. Stretch. And gather into you. Push down. Twice more. Gather up, rise up, push up, and gather into you, push down. This time we're going to gather up, rise up. We're going to hold at the top. Your right hand is going to come down. Breathe. Left arm is going to push up to the ceiling. And then come back to the center, inhale, and then just reach in both directions, parting heaven and earth. So you come here to earth, and then you just want to part heaven and earth. Breathe. So inhale, and then just part your heaven and earth. Stretch. Breathe. Mind your breath, just honor where you are. We do that 4 more times. Just opening up, breathe forward, really reach at 3. Reach. Twice more. Reach. Once more. Hands come to the chest, to the heart. And then just float down to your mat. Touch your mat and walk your feet out. Find your stretch and relax your hips. Long deep breaths. Breathe. Long deep breaths. You're going to shake your head, yes. And then just shake your head, no. Breathing. Allow your head weight to just dangle. Mind your breath. Long, deep breaths. Breathing. Taking a few extra breaths here. Easy, start to tilt heels, walk your feet in. And when you get close enough, hands on your upper thighs, just rise up. Let's come back up front and center. Feet directly underneath your hips. Arms are going to reach up. And then just let your elbows float down to the side. As we inhale, we're going to look up. Pull those elbows back into your chest, so you're going to round into yourself, and your elbows are going to come together. So inhale as you look up and stretch up. Spark of breath. And then round into yourself. Just reach. Inhale as you lift up and open up. And then easy, come in. Easy, open up, breathe. And round in. Twice more, open up. And round into yourself. One more time, inhale. This time we're going to reach up to the ceiling. Lengthen. And then just release your hands. Just return to our heart. Down and up as we inhale, we're going to stretch it. Exhale as your hands float down. Book opens as you inhale. Dive down as you exhale. Drop your seat out to the side of your chair. And then reach forward, breathe. Back out to the side. Back bend, inhale. Swan dive forward. And then just step back into downward facing dog. Or you can just go into the child's pose. You get to choose.